Hi, welcome to Starbets. I'm Mark McCadden, and today I am joined by former Kilkenny City and Shamrock Rovers centre half and current Bohemians defender, Aidan Price. Aidan, you're very welcome to Starbets. We'll start off with a little bit of background to yourself. Now, you came from Cherry Orchard into the League of Ireland. Pat Scully took you to Kilkenny City. Tell us a wee bit about your introduction to League of Ireland football.
Well, I was playing for Cherry Orchard. I'd seen Pat Scully was kind of sniffing around at a few of our games and stuff like that. He was looking at a few players. I think at the time he took three of us together into Kilkenny. But it was a great introduction. I mean, straight away he made me his captain and made me feel, I was well capable of playing in the league and stuff like that. So it was a great introduction for me to have kind of that faith from your manager coming straight in.
And Pat obviously had great faith in you, and that was demonstrated when he brought you to Shamrock Rovers with him.
Yeah. I mean, Pat had spoke at the end of the season we had together at Kilkenny, saying that he wanted to kind of move on. He felt he had better opportunities at other clubs. I think there was a few clubs interested in him, and he just kind of told me to stay still and hopefully I'd be able to make that move with him, And obviously he got the Shamrock Rovers job, and it was obviously a big move for me because, what a big club Shamrock Rovers is, and to have that opportunity to go there. I know they're in the first division, but it was a great opportunity to go there and get them back into the Premier Division.
Yeah, and obviously that happened quite quickly. You were the skipper of Shamrock Rovers when they won promotion to the Premier Division.
Yeah.
That was a big season for you.
Yeah, that was a brilliant season. I mean, we were expected to a lot of pressures on us that year to kind of go straight back up. I mean, we had big gates coming to games and stuff like that, and we had a lot of expectation upon us to kind of succeed straight away. We had a few blips during the season and stuff like that, and the pressure was on us, even if just one game we were losing stuff, But I mean, it was a great feeling to get the club back into the Premier Division down in Cove that night.
Obviously, there were plenty of highs and lows at your time at Shamrock Rovers. Just talk a wee bit about, I suppose, the highs. You've had Real Madrid, you've had a league title. You're the only Shamrock Rovers player, I believe, to have won a First Division and Premier Division title with the Hoops. So a little bit of history there. Yeah,
it was great times. I mean, as you said, there was a lot of highs. The club was on an upward climb at the time I went there. They kind of to go from the First Division to getting back into the Premier Division and getting settled back in the Premier Division, and then obviously the move into Tala was big for the club, and to be part of all that was brilliant. I mean, to get to play against some of the players and teams that you've mentioned there was fabulous times.
Yeah, you got to play against some very high profile players at Real Madrid and Juventus.
Yeah.
What was it like against the likes of Schneider, Van der Vaart, Del Piero? How did you find those games?
Yeah, I mean the Real Madrid game was a little bit different because it was only a friendly, and they were only in pre-season and stuff like that. But it was a great experience, and I think it set us in good stead kind of going into Europe the following year. We struggled a little bit when we played at home the first game in Europe against the Israeli side, Ben Yehuda, and when we went, but we got a great result over in Israel, and that kind of set us up for the Juventus game, which was brilliant, and the experience of getting to play against some of them top players was unbelievable.
Yeah, your Rovers career obviously finished with the Premier Division title, and then you moved on to Bohemians, arch rivals.
Yeah,
was that a big move to make?
Yeah, it was a difficult move, obviously for those reasons. But I mean, I haven't spoke to the manager Pat Fenlon. He wanted me bad enough, and he kind of chased me, and that was a nice feeling as well. Obviously, having been released by Shamrock Rovers, to have some manager of his caliber kind of wanting to sign you, So when I really thought about it, it was a pretty simple move for me to make in terms of football wise. Obviously, the big rivalry and stuff like that, but that kind of goes out the window when you have a manager like Pat Fenlon wanting to sign you and get a squad together, and that was a great move for me.
And when you went to Bohs, what were your expectations looking ahead to this season?
Oh well, I mean, the squad was put together pretty late and stuff like that, but I mean, we train well and we train tough and stuff like that, and the manager doesn't lose that, and players don't lose that if it's instilled in them, and we have high standards for ourselves. Obviously, we probably don't have the biggest squad in the world, but we still have some quality players there, and a lot of young players coming through that are learning the right way and stuff, and they're showing their capabilities at the moment as well.
You played against the likes of Owen Heary, Glenn Cronin, Killian Brennan in the past. Were you looking forward at the time of joining Bohs to actually training with them and playing with them?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know Killian or Glenn and stuff like that, but I kind of knew Owen various things and stuff like that. But I know the standards they set for themselves are really high, and you can see their qualities day in day out when they're training. You know, they have a great attitude, and they want to win, and no matter what team, and you know they don't care of things like that have gone on in the past. They just want to still win games, and it's a great atmosphere to be in.
Yeah, what do you think Bohs can achieve this year?
Well, it's up to ourselves really. You know, like we have to be lucky with injuries and stuff like that as well, and suspensions. But I mean, it's up to ourselves. We have high standards, and we want to go into every game and win them and see where that takes us.
Do you obviously have Europe this year now? You've got experience of Europe obviously from last year. Are you looking forward to this campaign?
Yeah, can't wait. Be interesting to see who we get and kind of how we progress in that as well. You know, it's never easy in Europe, but I mean, I think we're well capable of getting good results in Europe. Plenty
of experienced players there who have European backgrounds.
A lot of the lads have played in Europe for years, you know, and nothing will faze them. And then the young lads coming in kind of play with a freedom as well, and that will suit them. And hopefully they'll enjoy the experience of it as well as I did last year, you know. So hopefully it will all stand us in good stead.
Have to mention the fact that you're not playing against Sligo Rovers. The red card against Shamrock Rovers was
it's never
a nightmare return to Tala.
It's never the best time to get sent off for the first time in their career, you know, going back to your old ground. But I mean, I've seen it back, and obviously I did kind of pull at him, but he was about 3 yards offside, so I thought that should have been blown up first. But I mean, it's just one of those things. You have to kind of take them as they come, and disappointed to miss this Friday's game against Sligo, who are in good form. And you know, we got a great result down in Sligo at the start of the season, so we know it's going to be a tough game for us this week, but I'm sure the lads will do well.
You obviously played in the game since the sending off. You've started the cup run obviously with a win, so you'll be looking at maybe the Aviva Stadium in November. Yeah,
hopefully. I was there last year, disappointed I didn't get to play in the final, but it's a great occasion. I mean, you know, it's a great chance for a lot of support to come out into a fabulous stadium and support their team, and every team will want to get to the final. You know, they've seen how good a final was last year, and other teams will be looking at that saying, you know, this is a great chance for us to get to play in that stadium with big crowds and finish our season off well, you know, and all the top teams will want to be there. And you can see by the results, like, you know, Wexford Youth beating Derry Seat and stuff like that, you know, anybody is capable of winning on their day, and we just have to make sure we're focused for every game coming up there.
Excellent. There's obviously a long road to go in the cup. Yeah. Do you see that as your best chance of silverware, or is that prematurely writing off Bohemians in the league?
Well, we can't write us off, you know, but I mean, Shamrock Rovers probably have the biggest squad in the league, and they're probably rightly favourites for it, you know. But I mean, on our day we're capable of beating anything. It's just a case of getting on a good run, staying injury free, and hopefully see where that takes us. I mean, the cup is a wonderful opportunity for us to do well, but we're not going to start just putting all our hopes into the cup and that's it. Like, you know, we can't do that, you know, because we have too many league games to kind of look forward to and see where that takes us. And if we can keep within the group that are pushing for the league and see what that happens then.
Great stuff, Aidan. Thanks a million for that.
Thanks a million, Mark.